this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and this evening I'm joined by
Age Sten Nilsen from Wig Wam and Ammunition, and you can call me Age.
Excellent. It's great to be chatting to you this evening, dripping with the 70s and 80s vibes with a modern edge. That's the best way to describe your new album,
Oh,
Never
thanks.
Say Die.
Back in the Stone Age.
How are you feeling? I mean, obviously you did your live stream last night. That must have felt a bit odd playing to an empty room. How
No,
was that
it
for you?
feels all right to meet the boys again and to finally be able to get this thing started. I mean, we've been waiting for this comeback for quite a long time. Well, when we were supposed to do our comeback, it was supposed to be in the break of the Eurovision Song Contest final in Norway last year, but we, when we accepted, to be in that show, we thought, why don't we might as well do a festival? And so we were added to the Tons of Rock Festival, Norway's biggest rock festival, and they wanted to go public with it. So before that Eurovision thing, so the Eurovision thing didn't happen, and obviously the festival didn't happen. So we've been waiting for quite a long time. So it was good to just meet the guys and get in touch with our fans again, and to tell people that we are actually back, and we have every intention of going out on tour. And so now we're actually about to get started to rehearse for real for the new show, the Never Say Die tour.
Excellent. Yeah, it must have been really frustrating because you reunited in 2019, didn't you? And then COVID comes along. It's like, really?
Yeah. So everything is set back. But we're so eager I mean, now with the vaccines and everything going on, we're kind of hopeful. We're actually going to do our first show in Bergen, the 6th of April.
Right.
And then we're going
to is that definite?
May, and then we'll do Trondheim the 9th of May, I think. And hopefully we'll be able to do those shows. They are in big arenas here in Norway, but we're only allowed to have like 200 people attending. But we'll do it anyway because the Norwegian Department of Culture, they actually pay artists to do their gigs, even though we can't have a crowd there. So
really,
yeah, so it's kind of like a pre-production, but we can have 100 or 200 attending, and of course we'll probably do this like a live stream as well, so people can see what they can go and see next year.
Yeah, the live stream was really cool.
Like a live concert from start to the end. So like almost 2 hours. It's very hard to pick songs. Because obviously we want to play a lot of the old songs, but we're so keen on doing the new material as well. So and by the time we are able to tour, the Never Say Die album will be kind of like a classic Wig Wam album anyway. People have heard it now, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome, mate. I mean, it's like perfect ear candy. Do you know what I mean? It's just out there. It's very. I mean, I got into rock and metal back in the 80s, and yeah, it's sort of actually 1979. I'm showing my age, but it's like got that modern twist to it, so it's awesome. I mean, what has the response been like from your fans and media? And I understand you're hoping to maybe get it out on vinyl. Is that a hope?
Oh no, it will definitely be out on vinyl. If Frontiers won't put it out on vinyl, we sure gonna put it out on vinyl. Actually, we haven't told anyone, but we're right now in the middle of planning some vinyl releases. I mean, no Wig Wam album was ever released on vinyl. So on our new web shop, we will definitely have exclusive Wig Wam Mania vinyls, Hard to Be a Rock and Roll vinyls, Non-Stop Rock and Roll vinyls, and everything that we own ourselves. We can make sure people can get their vinyls soon. So
Brilliant.
cool.
So I understand as well. You've hung up your makeup bag and your tight like shorts. You just is that definitely a decision there? No more lycra or tight leopard skin trousers.
The rest of the guys wouldn't allow me. I was about to put it on. I said, no, don't do that. No, I was just kidding. When we were getting back together again, one of the things I told the guys, in the meeting was, if we're going back together, I don't want to be, that action figure again called glam. I'm Age Sten Nilsen. I've been, working hard as an artist here in Norway and elsewhere ever since we put Wig Wam to rest, and to try to put on that kind of act. That was, when we started the band, we were kind of like an act. We were like Steel Panther before no one ever thought of Steel Panther. So, but we still put on some heavy makeup, and we're heavier, we're meaner, and we love the music. So
that's great to hear. And the video for Never Say Die is very uplifting and a fun video. I know,
it was pretty hard to make it. It was in the middle of the pandemic, and in an old factory. We were about to tear the factory down, so we thought, hey, why don't we make a video while it's still up there?
That's a brilliant idea. And I know, like,
first too, you see us up there in the in the lift, we were kind of shaking. And it was so dark. That was the last scene that we got. It was so dark when he was going to take us back down, and the thing we were standing on, it got stuck.
No.
What? No light.
That's my biggest nightmare, man. Honestly, that's horrible. Yeah.
And I mean, heights. So that was out of my comfort zone. Yeah.
Imagine. So I know, like, you've been in Eurovision before, but do you not think like Never Say Die would be an ideal contender to represent your country in the Eurovision?
No. I tried to send out the cavalry with the Jorn this time for this year's Eurovision Song Contest. He made top 4 with a song written called "Faith, Bloody Faith." I was pretty proud of that.
Cool, that's really good, man. Okay, so if and when and where hopefully our country, the UK, comes out of lockdown in June, hopefully all going well, would you try and get over to the UK if it's possible?
Oh yeah, definitely. What we have said is, this time we're in it for the fun part. The first run was like, we didn't have time to enjoy the ride as much as we should have. We did sometimes 3 gigs a day. It was crazy because we had no control. This time we're gonna do the gigs that we want to do. We don't need to do 3 gigs a day. We're not there anymore. We want to do these concerts because we want to do them, and we want to go places we haven't been, and we want to go and visit places we obviously have played, like England, but we didn't do so many gigs in England, did we? I think we did Firefest, and we did the Rock City there.
Mm-hmm.
We did some festivals, and but we would love to come back for sure.
Okay, and so going back to your wild and younger days, can you tell me what was the most outrageous thing you've ever done in the name of rock and roll?
Oh, outrageous! Oh, we did so many outrageous things. One thing, I was talking about heights. I'm afraid of heights, and we had this meeting when we were going to do performance in the Eurovision Song Contest break in 2006. As the former winner, we were supposed to, to come in there, and have a big act. And we had this meeting with the Norwegian broadcasting, and me I'm also a show producer, so I'm so used to, just having all these crazy ideas. Talked about the song, how to do the intro, and the guy will come down from the roof. In Oslo Spectrum is a big arena, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's you. Oh fuck! So I had to do that. I was hanging way above the stage for like 3 numbers. My
God.
butt hurt, and I was fucking scared. Uh, yeah, that was pretty outrageous. I did a show here in Norway. I got the the pyrotechnics uh, in my eyes. I was blind for a couple of minutes. That wasn't very.
Yeah, that's scary, man. That's not good.
Yeah, for sure. And we've done a lot of things. One time the bus forgot to that I was out having a pee in the middle of the forest in Norway, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was in my boxers. No phone, nothing. The only clothes I had on was my boxer. I was just going to have a pee, and the bus driver forgot that I was outside the bus, so he just drove. And then I was at 5 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the forests in the south Trondheim, and
Right.
no houses, nothing. I was
Oh God.
literally all by myself, and I thought, okay, I have to walk. There's one road straight ahead. After maybe half an hour, no, 20 minutes, one car showed up, and when he saw me, it was like he was suddenly stopped, and he backed, and he rolled down his window and stared at me and saying, "Glam, what are you doing here, all naked?" My boss just left me, and
That's
yeah.
insane, man. That's hilarious. That's mental.
And we managed to get to the bus again. So yeah, after some hours.
That's hilarious. That's brilliant. Okay, so your musical skills are exceptional. When did you first realize you had such a talent, and can you remember your first ever performance and how it felt?
Uh, well, my very first performance was actually when I played my grandfather's house organ. I was sitting there playing, minding my own business, and the rest of the family was kind of, I had headphones on so they couldn't hear what I was playing. So they really wanted me to play that song for them, and I think they thought I was, trying to learn some known melodies, but I had made my own song. So
Wow.
what's that? Yeah, I just made it. I was like 8 years or something. Probably sounded like shit, but they were very impressed. So
Okay.
there, you started to think, maybe I can make music, and then I started to write some songs. But my first public performance with a real band, I think that was in 1984 with a band called Tomorrow in a festival in Norway.
Okay, so going back to the album, which song would you play me to introduce me to Wig Wam if I'd never heard of you before from Never Say Die?
Right now, probably Never Say Die. I really love that tune. That was the first tune that was written for this album, and probably the reason why we made an album in the first place. Now, because we were talking about doing In My Dreams or something more known for that, breakdown thing, and Tron, he must have been so intrigued by it, and so he was so inspired that he started to write this song, and it's about us and about our situation and how we are getting back together, and so when he played me that song, I thought, fuck it, let's make an album. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's good. Okay, so obviously you started out as a glam band back in the day. Which glam bands influenced you the most, and do you still listen to any glam rock bands?
Yeah. I mean, glam rock really fascinated me. I think maybe it was the glitter, the whole thing, the larger than life thing. The first glam band I really heard was probably Sweets, the Desolation Boulevard, that album, because a friend of mine's brother he had that album, and we didn't know what that was. And we saw a single, I think it was Fox on the Run, and
Oh yeah.
dug their style. And when we listened to it, it was like, wow. And then came Kiss and Alice Cooper and all those bands. But um, recently I've been listening to all kinds of music, but the glam rock thing, was what really got me into music in the first place. Yeah. Remember, I went to see Sweets. Not much of them are. Not much Sweet left. We toured with Sweet. Sweet was our opening act for part of the tour in 2005. And I thought to myself, wow, Sweet. My old heroes, and yeah, kind of disappointed them.
It is, isn't it? It's horrible. Anyway, back to this is a fun question, but it's about COVID. If you were stuck in quarantine for a year, which musician, dead or alive, would you have with you?
Oh, which musician? Probably Paul McCartney.
Okay.
He's one of my big heroes. I mean, is he 80 now or 79?
Yeah.
He still got it. He's recently just released a brand new album, played all the instruments himself. Sounds like a great guy. Think of all the stories he could tell you, and so much music you can write, and you'd have a piano player, a bass player, a guitar player, great songwriter, and a good storyteller. Oh, that would be a fantastic year.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What was the last song you listened to?
Oh, the last song I listened to was probably, when did I listen to songs? Yeah, actually, to be honest, I was just driving my car, and the song I was listening to was a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers song, something from Hypnotic Eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Okay. Next one then. Can you complete this sentence? Everybody needs Wig Wam in their life because
or else life will be boring. Yeah.
All right, so that's just a quick fire round now, and then I'll let you go. So it's either or either. So festival or small intimate gig?
I love both. It's very hard to pick, but probably festival, because you get to meet other bands when you're out on tour, and you attend, you play festivals. You're able to meet old friends and colleagues, and you have a great time. And sometimes you don't even have to play so late, so you're able to have a beer or two as
Excellent.
well.
Our next one is about beer. Beer or pickled herring?
Oh, beer.
It's expensive in Norway, though, your beer, isn't it, apparently?
Yeah. Everything is expensive in Norway.
Okay.
I remember the first time we brought, Erik Mortensen and Robban Beck, from Ammunition over to Norway. We were going to do our first gig. Oh, they were shocked. And so the prices was like, Erik, look here, batteries. Look at the price tag. It was like crazy. I remember Erik, he used to bring his own food from Sweden because he thought it was too expensive to buy in Norway. Even in hotels, when we were staying in hotels, he always made sure during the breakfast to bring food to have for lunch, so he didn't have to buy in a service station. Yeah.
Really? Oh man, that's insane.
Okay,
next. Yeah. Next one. Vinyl or digital?
You make more money in Norway, of course.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Okay, next one then. Vinyl or digital?
What did you say?
Vinyl or digital?
Vinyl or digital? Vinyl. Yeah.
Okay. Unskinny bop or slave to the grind?
Slave to the grind, probably.
Okay, and the final one. Scream and shout or sit in the pub?
I like to sit in the pub. Right now, I'm really looking forward to sitting in the pub to be able to talk to people. Yeah.
Really?
But also, scream and shout. I'm really looking forward to having people gathering together without caring about masks or COVID or anything. Just have a great fucking time again. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time this evening. It's been great to chat to you. Do you have anything to say to your fans and our listeners and watchers?
Of course. We have guitars and we like to travel as soon as we're able. So please send us a note, send us a message on our Facebook, wigwam.official, and stay in touch. We're going to travel a lot as soon as we can. And we would like to know which songs you would like to hear live.
From the shadows of the dark, in destiny we're marked, but the light's been out for so